If you're hunting for a vintage-style dual VCA module that claims to bring the 80s charm straight to your synth rack, then the Behringer 130 Dual VCA might have popped up on your radar. But here's what surprised me. Despite the rave reviews and nostalgic promise, there's more beneath the surface than just retro vibes and a friendly price tag. In fact, many users face unexpected quirks that could make you think twice before buying. Today, I'm diving deep into the Behringer 130 Dual VCA to uncover not only what makes it great, but also the problems you need to know up front. Stick around because by the end, you'll know if this module is truly worth your money or just a flashy synth nostalgia trap. First, let me set the stage. The Behringer 130 Dual VCA sits at an attractive price point, around $40.90 on Amazon, with an Amazon rating of 4.5 stars. That sounds solid, right? It's built as an authentic reproduction of the original system, 100M circuitry from the 80s, giving synth enthusiasts a vintage feel with modern accessibility. Each VCA within the module offers manual gain control, 2 audio outputs, low and high, and even signal and clip indicators for visual feedback, features you'd expect in a serious analog module. Plus, there's a linear exponential switch for each VCA, which increases versatility depending on how you want to shape your sound. There's even a 3-channel mixer per VCA for independent mixing of input signals. Pretty comprehensive for such an affordable device. But here's the twist. While Behringer bundles all these features together, users have noticed inconsistencies in build quality and performance. It's almost like expecting a gourmet meal at a fast food price. Sometimes you get a surprise, and other times, well, it just doesn't match up to expectations. As you get deeper into modular synthesis, reliability counts, especially when performing live or during complex studio sessions. And yes, despite the nostalgic design, this module presents some challenges that might limit its usefulness or frustrate you if you're chasing perfection. So who exactly is this product for? If you're a synth hobbyist on a budget who wants to experiment with vintage system, 100M style VCAs, or are just dipping your toes into modular synthesis without breaking the bank, this module offers tempting value. However, serious professionals seeking bulletproof performance might find its quirks tough to ignore. Think of this as a gateway module, the perfect entry-level VCA that introduces you to the world of analog control, but with some caveats. By the time we finish, you'll see exactly what compromises you're signing up for. Ready for the deep dive? Let's get into it. Now, let's talk about the sound quality because that's what really matters. The Behringer 130 Dual VCA delivers surprisingly authentic analog warmth reminiscent of the 80s system 100M. When you engage the linear exponential switch, you instantly notice a sonic character shift. Linear for clean, precise volume control, exponential for a more organic musical swell. It's like having 2 VCAs in one, which is a clever nod to flexibility. The signal and clip indicators are a nice touch, preventing unexpected distortion, especially in complex patching scenarios. However, here's the catch. The signal path isn't always pristine. Some users mention a slight noise floor and occasional signal bleed, small artifacts that can accumulate and muddy your mix. While not a deal-breaker for beginners or experimentalists, perfectionists will notice this quickly. In modular synthesis, every decibel counts, and noise can soften the clarity of your signal chain. That said, its performance aligns with its price. Don't expect audiophile-grade clarity. This is a real VCA, but with a few budget limitations. If you want silky smooth performance with zero noise, you'll likely need to invest in higher-end units, often at 10 times the price. Another point to discuss is the build quality. The Behringer 130 Dual VCA has a sturdy form factor with retro aesthetics that channel geeky nostalgia. The faceplate design is clear, the knobs offer decent tactile control, and the switches feel solid enough. Yet, Some customers report inconsistent quality control, potentiometers that sometimes feel scratchy, audio jacks with a slight wiggle, or even minor cosmetic imperfections. Behringer has long been known for offering budget gear with decent specs but occasionally mixed build quality, and this module is no exception. That said, many have found it perfectly functional for home studios and casual setups. Just don't expect military-grade durability if you're planning intense gigging or frequent patch changes. It's like buying a used car that runs well but might need a tune-up if you push it hard. Speaking of driving, why did the VCA go to music school? To learn how to control its volume. Okay, that's a bad joke, but it's true. Control is the name of the game here. Jumping into the functional design, the manual gain controls on each VCA channel are straightforward and responsive. For newcomers, this means instant, tactile control over your audio dynamics, a feature that's essential for hands-on sound shaping. The dual outputs, low and high, give you routing options, which is great when creating complex patches or layering sounds. The linear exponential toggle is intuitive and extremely useful for anyone wanting to experiment with different envelope shapes without extra modules. Plus, the 3-channel mixer per VCA ensures you aren't limited when combining multiple inputs, an underrated bonus at this price point. Yet this simplicity could also be a limitation for advanced users. The lack of CV inputs on the gain control is one drawback, meaning you can't modulate the gain dynamically via control voltage, restricting automation possibilities. This might be a deal-breaker if you're chasing full modular automation or integrating with other complex Eurorack gear. It's as if you're driving a classic car without power steering. Charming, but you'd miss the modern conveniences when the road gets twisty. Here's a question to keep you thinking. If this module is such a throwback, why doesn't it support modern modular control fully? That's a question only Behringer can answer, but the result is a hybrid module that's perfect for vintage emulation, but less ideal for those wanting state-of-the-art control flexibility. Now, some of you might be wondering about reliability during performances. I get it. Nobody wants a VCA that clips unexpectedly or behaves unpredictably on stage. Reports indicate that while the clip indicators work reliably, the module's noise and occasional quirks can increase if powered improperly or if used with dense patching setups. So the best advice: use a clean, stable power supply and avoid overloading inputs to get consistent results. Treat this module gently, as you would a fragile 80s synth keyboard that's seen better days. Also, to lighten things up, why did the synth musician refuse to buy the Behringer VCA? Because it was a little too control-freaky. Alright, enough jokes for now, but the point is control and reliability should never be underestimated when building your modular rig. Let's talk installation and integration. The Behringer 130 Dual VCA is designed as a Eurorack module, compatible with dozens of cases and systems, thanks to its standard width and power requirements. For synth enthusiasts trying to recreate or emulate the beloved System 100M setup, this module fits perfectly and ticks most vintage boxes. Assembly is plug-and-play straightforward. No complex wiring beyond the standard power cable hookup. But here's a catch: if you're used to newer, more feature-rich VCAs like those with built-in CV modulation, multiple gain inputs, or digital control, you might find the 130 dual feature set somewhat minimalist. In fact, this module almost dares you to embrace simplicity, almost like saying, "Remember the good old days of analog. Here's your chance." However, if you want flexibility combined with modern convenience, you may want to look further or supplement with additional modules. I asked myself, can this VCA keep up with modern electronic production environments? For those in home studios, live jam sessions, and experimenting with analog synthesis, absolutely yes. It's budget-friendly and offers that classic sound and workflow. But if you're a producer seeking zero compromise on signal clarity, CV automation, and full interoperability with complex rigs, this module is more of a nostalgic companion than a high-end tool. Here's a final promise for you. If you're on a tight budget and want to add authentic, vintage flavor to your modular synth without spending hundreds, the Behringer 130 Dual VCA provides incredible value. The slight noise and occasional build imperfections may irk perfectionists, but the sound character itself is genuinely enjoyable. Vintage warmth that reminds you of the roots of analog synthesis. You're getting retro charm, functional design, and a low price tag that's rare in today's market. Before I wrap up, a quick joke for the road. What did the VCA say to the synth? You complete my waveform. Okay, cheesy again, but true. This module pairs well with your analog dreams. So in conclusion, if you want a budget-friendly, vintage-accurate dual VCA with manual controls, dual outputs, and a classic sound, the Behringer 130 Dual VCA is an excellent entry-level option. It's perfect for synth enthusiasts who appreciate the quirks of analog hardware, the slightly imperfect, warm, and hands-on experience. Just keep in mind the minor noise floor, build inconsistencies, and lack of modern CV modulation that might limit its appeal to pros or advanced users. Whether this is your first Eurorack module or an affordable addition to your vintage-inspired synth setup, it delivers value beyond its modest price. To get the best deal on the Behringer 130 Dual VCA and start exploring the nostalgic world of vintage audio control, check the link in the description below. Don't miss out on grabbing this classic vibe for a modern budget. Thanks for watching and happy patching.